dwell what needs to be done in order to expatiate the special status attribution to the head of state.
And in that special status, if you look keenly, you will see that the content of that special status had not yet been defined. And it needs young people, it needs the people in the Northwest and Southwest to better explain to the head of state what they think that it can be done to them that will be good. Our coffers are not empty. We have subvention from the state. It's just that at times the subvention do delay before coming. But just as I said, the Northwest has been given a special status. We are different from other regions. That is why you saw that the national president left Yaoundé came for this particular purpose, because she is aware that we have that in our mandate and we have the means to raise this budget and go and execute it.
With solid discussions coming from the Northwest Regional Delegate for Youth Affairs and Civic Education, alongside the Northwest Governor, who encouraged the young people to be assiduous on how they execute their functions.
We remain in the Northwest region, this time around in Bamenda 2 sub-district, where the Bamenda 2 Mayor Chinwe Peter has disclosed that the sum of 2.1 billion CFA francs will be used as budget for 2024 by the municipal structure over there in Bamenda 2 council area. This was during the last council session of the municipal body that took place at the deliberative chambers of the Bamenda 2 council, as our reporter has more. Mayor Chinwe Peter of Bamenda 2 Council is chairing the last council session of the municipal structure for 2023 with all the councillors present. The main agenda of the session is for the adoption of the 2024 budget that is witnessing a drastic increase as compared to that of the previous year.
The budget for Bamenda 2 Council was the previous budget was 1.8 billion. And irrespective of the crisis we are going through, I have very hardworking councillors that they've decided to project 2,167,000,000 this year, because we had cooperation, international cooperation that is going to bring us budget. I was in Toronto, I've been there twice, and I think I have equipment that are coming in.
With funding from FECOM, Minipat and other funding partners, not leaving out global tax from the constituents. Key during this meeting was the purchase of a brand new truck that will be bringing in income to the municipal body.
We have funding from other NGOs that they see on projection, and with all this we think that we have to do a lot of recovery to meet up. As I mentioned in the session, that we have to make sure we get to recover global tax, and with the crisis we have been unable, but this time around we're going to recover global tax that will cause us to realize the budget. The equipment you see behind me here is a truck recently acquired, and we have the front end loader, and we've previewed by 2024 March, latest March, we will have the grader. Yeah, so the mission of the council is to keep legacy before we leave the council.
Though located in the red zone of the Northwest region, the Bamenda 2 Council has been able to execute key projects that were earmarked, thus benefiting the local population.
For the past 3 years, we've succeeded to realize this boreholes, even though Bamenda 2 is a red zone. Everybody knows it's a red zone, where there's constant shooting and killing. But with the formula we put in place, that's a collaboration between the quarter heads, the fundoms, the contractors. We liaise the contractors with quarter heads, so they've been able to execute, to realize, and we make sure that those who have executed this project should come from that area, so that they can be able to talk to the people, to allow them to see the need of this project. Yeah, we mentioned of boreholes. We have boreholes, and as I said earlier, I also appreciate the security forces, because there are certain boreholes that have been drilled with the security and civil, to assist to make sure that the conductors are safe.
With the adoption of the sum of 2.1 billion CFA francs as running budget for 2024, the Bamenda 2 Council and the Mayor alongside other councillors has enjoined their constituents to come on board to make sure security and vigilance are being witnessed across the entire municipality and the region at large for the set structures that will be put in place to stand the test of time. On to something else. Traders in the Northwest region have blamed the slow pace of business activities across the region due to the Anglophone crisis, as this moment is the festive period where they're supposed to record a lot of increase in their sales, but it's not the case with traders in that part of Cameroon. They laid their worries to High TV's correspondent in Bamenda, Peter Wingo, as Alice Leke Liengu tells us more.
Unlike other Christmas seasons where business is at its peak, vendors in Bamenda are experiencing a total different scenario. Traders have decried the slow rate of customers turnout, going almost a day with 2 or no customer showing at their shops.
Are cheap because before we usually sell even for 5,000. Now we give them for 4,500. People are still complaining that they will buy for 4,000, they buy for 3,500. The one that will cause poverty in Bamenda, there is no money. People are not buying. They say it's expensive, and then fowls are cheap, but the feet are too expensive. People come and say they can more than the other previous years. It's really worst. We're still expecting by God's grace to see how it will look like.
Most of them now depends on God for miracles.
God, so that before we not say we got everything be possible. We know if you wrong go has that day never. We only did they only did look pray. May God send you customers. May we say because not only God, all we depend only for God. Now time this way, all we be no say no time for make money. But now we need to go, Papa. We need to go. Nothing need to go.
Before the start of the Anglophone crisis, Christmas season was a moment of increase in sales and capital.
Not money. We know money is not first. Second, prices is only increase every day. Prices for product is only increase every day. And by now, people don't have money. If you don't have money, you cannot come to the market to buy.
Buyers, lack of money. The crisis in Bamenda have caused poverty. There is no buyer. By now, today, like that, no, people have flooded the whole market everywhere. Foul.
So we even try for home because these days we don't already empty, don't be already small. But Bamenda now so the situation where the Christmas phone for Monday, all money, even the deny now will fly the head, then the club plan as more, and the thing that will job manage now for
It is important to note that along the streets of Mobile Queen, Commercial Avenue and Tarinkum Market area, congestion and traffic is the order of the day. Nevertheless, business persons in those areas are not feeling the impact of the Christmas season.
You are watching High Prime and we are coming to you live from our main studio here in High Television. We come back to the Southwest region where the second-class chiefdom of Bojongo village in Fako division of the Southwest region now have a new traditional ruler in the person of Chief Stephen Vekima Efeswa, who was enthroned recently in the village square over there in Bojongo village. The ceremony that saw the two paramount rulers of Fako division being that of Boya and Limbe respectively was presided over by Fako Division SDO Shwaibu, as our reporter Daniel Ikomembua has more.
His Royal Majesty Stephen Vekima Efeswa has been installed as the second-class chief of Bojongo village.
Okay.
The coronation rituals that took place this Saturday, December 23rd, 2023, was chaired by the senior divisional officer for Fako, who outlined the ministerial orders permitting such exercise.
10, 11 and 13 of Decree number 77/245 of 15 July 1977, who organized freedoms. After the death of the late Chief Bengu Vekima Samuel, it's pleasure and great honor for me to present the official installation and the physical presentation of the second-class traditional ruler of Bojongo Chiefdom this 23rd day of December 2023, after the long story that most of us here know.
Taking over from late Chief Samuel Vekima has not been an easy process, as several consultative talks between the kingmakers and the SDO was held.
The senior general officer of OFACO in his capacity organized consultative talks in view of the designation of the new second class chief of Bojongo on the 13th of May 2018 in replacement of the late chief Mengu Bekina Samuel. The competent elders were consulted, and Stephen Vekima Iswa was chosen as selected chief.
While presenting him to the population, the SDO further echoes his function and call on him to carefully implement them.
All of the chiefs shall be to assist the administrative authorities in the guidance of the people. As auxiliaries of the government, the chiefs shall inter alia be responsible for transmitting the directives of the administrative authorities to their people and ensuring that such directives are implemented. Directed by the competent administrative authorities in the maintenance of the law and order in the economic, social, and cultural development of their areas.
It is worth noting that the traditional stool has been vacant for over 8 years now before this day. A village filled with rich culture and socio-economic activities was a moment which the people called on him to bring all on board so as to foster peace and development.
Are ready to work relentlessly for this community and for peace to reign here. Your Majesty, the late chief made it a point of honor to ask for Wonjongo to be granted the status of an administrative unit. This is one of the things your loyal people want you to pursue with as much energy as you can muster.
After his coronation exercise, he was then later taken to the traditional house where he would spend some days communicating with his ancestors. Traditional rulers of Fako, elites of the region, family members, friends and well-wishers all turned out to celebrate his enthronement.
With the publications of the list for those who will be representing Cameroon in the upcoming African Cup of Nations, Sonita Ngunyo is interested in how the international friendly has been taking place among the 24 African teams that will be participating in the African Cup of Nations built for Cote d'Ivoire next January 2024, as she tells us more.
It is less than 20 days to the 2023 African Cup of Nations competition, one of Africa's prestigious championships. As a build-up to the 34th edition of the African Cup of Nations, some out of the 24 teams have secured friendly games to put all their arsenals together coming January 13, 2024. Firstly, the inevitable lands of Cameroon will rub shoulders with Guinea on January 15th, counting for their first AFCON game coming up in Ivory Coast. The team will come in Saudi Arabia in preparation to the two friendlies against Equatorial Guinea and Zambia. Meanwhile, the Black Stars of Ghana will assemble in Johannesburg, South Africa on December 31st for a 10-day camp, during which the side will face Botswana in a friendly before flying to Ivory Coast. The side is drawn in Group B with Egypt, Cape Verde and Mozambique. Tanzania, who has already made public her 25-man player list for the tournament with focus on local players for their third African Cup of Nations appearances, the side will play with Egypt on a friendly game. Appearing for their 13th African Cup of Nations, Burkina Faso has equally released a 27-player list for Ivory Coast coming January. Burkina Faso will be in a camp in Abu Dhabi, where they will play against Democratic Republic of Congo on a friendly as they dot their I's and cut their T's for January 13th, 2024. Meanwhile, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be involved in two friendlies as preparation to the upcoming African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. The side will play against Democratic Republic of Congo and Burkina Faso. And onto the host country, Ivory Coast. The Elephants of Ivory Coast will take on Sierra Leone on Saturday, the 6th of January 2024, to better strategize ahead of the competition in a friendly game. And as the 16th of January February approaches for Mali to take on South Africa, the side will battle with Guinea-Bissau on a friendly to re-amp themselves ahead of the competition. Who amongst the defending champions Senegal, Cameroon, Egypt, Nigeria, Morocco, Ghana and the host nation Ivory Coast will increase their AFCON titles only after the 11th of February 2024 is the winner going to be known.
And congratulations to the Indomitable Lions squads that will be going this January to Cote d'Ivoire. With that sports story, viewers of High Television, this is where we draw the curtains of today's edition of the newscast. Thanks for watching and good night from this end.